at Launchpad, every parent and student who come to us have this question: SAT or ACT, which is going to be the best for me? Since we know that every student is different, it's difficult to answer the question without knowing a lot about a student's specific strengths and weaknesses. But here are some general tips for making a good choice. Historically, most of our students have preferred the ACT style of asking questions. They are more likely to look like questions students have seen in school. Also, in comparison to the old SAT, there was also less emphasis on obscure vocabulary, and the dreaded essay was optional. Further, for students testing with extended time or multi-day testing accommodations, the ACT procedures allow much more flexibility in scheduling test dates. Some cons, however, are the science part of the test, which can be intimidating to some students. The heavy geometry content of the math test for students with spatial weaknesses, and the fast pacing for students testing without extended time. However, the ACT still tends to be the better choice for the majority of our students, and until the SAT works out the new test's growing pains, we'll continue to recommend the ACT over the SAT. But with the changes to the SAT launched in spring 2016, the SAT may become a more attractive choice for some of our students in the next year or two. Many of the changes to the test format have made it more similar to the ACT as well, so trying both tests is much easier than it used to be. For students testing without extended time, the SAT may also be a better choice since the pacing is slower and friendlier. Other pros for some students are the limited geometry on the test and the tendency to offer more line number questions on reading passages, which means less hunting for answers. Cons include very slow score reporting. It's taking months at this point, as well as the no calculator section of the math test. Many schools are teaching students to heavily use their calculators, and losing access to one can be a deal breaker. But these are just general thoughts, and your student's experience with the two tests should be the final decision maker. Try an official practice test of both and see what happens. You can find links to free official tests on the resources page of the Launchpad Education website.